recording.
Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
This is Jean. How may I help you?
All right, there we go. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the June HomeHub informational session. I'm Danielle with our marketing group. And today we're going to give a little bit of an overview, but we've got some really fun new tips and tricks to use for marketing from an agent perspective. And then also we'll just talk about some really fun new enhancements coming down the pipeline as well with the program that I'm super, super excited about. So please welcome Kate Lesueur. She is Move Easy's Senior Customer Success Manager, and she's going to talk about and show us some really cool things. Good morning, Kate. Take it away.
Thanks, Danielle. So actually, I'm super pumped that you guys are on this one. So this is not that I don't love doing the monthly informational session, but this one is like way cooler. So what we've started to do and what we're going to do all summer, because I know it's tough to get a lot of agents on in the summer. It's either busy with work or busy, celebrating lovely summer. So this session is really exactly what Danielle said. It's about the tips and tricks and using this to grow and enhance your business. There's so many great new features. So I'm going to briefly just explain the platform. How many of you are familiar with the platform? If you know how to use the little reactions, just put your hand up if you are familiar with the platform. Wondering if anyone, and if not, if this is something where maybe you are like, okay, I need to go back to basics. All of the old ones, awesome. Heidi, you're going to love this class. All of the old classes are actually recorded as well. Plus there's a lot of little tech tips available. So like if you do want to kind of go back to the basics, please do. But this class is also just going to give you great ideas whether you are familiar or not. So stay on. I think I see some familiar faces. We all know that I talk pretty quick. So if you need me to slow down, or yeah, JD's like, right. Yeah, she doesn't stop talking.
Thinking of a joke I heard earlier today.
If you need me to slow down, please just interrupt and let me know. If you want me to repeat anything, no problem. Otherwise, we are going to get right into it. And the first thing I'm going to let everybody know, which is perfect for today's class, is we are in the middle of a transition from Move Easy to Live Easy. For you all, that doesn't matter that much because you are HomeHub. It has been white labeled, but you'll see some promotional stuff and some communication from Live Easy, and that's us. So why Live Easy? Because of this home management dashboard that we're going to talk a lot about today, we don't want to pigeonhole ourselves into just movers because there's so much more to this platform. And that's kind of why it is HomeHub powered by Live Easy. If I say Move Easy at all today, I apologize. It's always there on the tip of my tongue. So I'm in the midst of that transition as well. All right. So our agenda today. We're going to just briefly talk about what it is. I'm not going to go live on the dashboards today. That's usually what this class consists of. I go live typically on the homeowner, the moving, and the agent. We are going to do so much more fun stuff. We're going to do all the marketing pieces today. So we won't have time to go live. But again, those other classes are recorded if you want to go back and visit them. We're going to talk about lead capture and lead generation, the biggest trigger words in all of real estate, right? Lead capture, lead generation. That's what everyone wants to do with every platform they get. And that's what we're going to show you how to do. And then really marketing that dashboard as well. And then, of course, there's always time for questions. So let's briefly go through how this works. All right. So HomeHub typically becomes familiar with your clients during a move. If you've been on these classes, I'm going to be a little redundant, but it's the best way to remind everyone how this experience works. Who has moved recently, ever in their life, moved, packed a U-Haul, put things in boxes, gone through and gotten rid of things, right? Yeah, it's awful. Usually I ask, did anyone like it? And then there's one person that's like, it's not that bad. So I don't even want to hear someone say that this time because it's actually awful and I don't want to listen to you. So moving is the worst experience in the world, right? How great would it be to have a moving concierge that helps with that entire process? That's what HomeHub is offering, complimentary to your clients on behalf of the agent. Excuse me. So what happens? You have a real estate transaction. It is moved over to pending. The client gets invited on behalf of the agent to their moving dashboard, and they are given a concierge. Our first differentiating feature, and this entire class is about marketing it and marketing you. So when someone says, how are you going to be different than every other agent out there? It's this part right here. You have a concierge program that is complimentary to all your clients that actually gives them a real life person. So if you want to prove me wrong, go online and look up concierge services. We are one of the only, I believe we are the only one that provides a real life person to your client the entire time. So there's no artificial intelligence. It's not someone overseas. It's not a computer bot. It's a real person doing this on behalf of your client. So what services they're given on that moving experience? We will set up internet cable. We will help with all of the utilities. If they want home security, in this case, we also are offering solar deals, which are really cool, and moving services. A great talking point for your clients when they are asking about this concierge. So we've done all of the vetting on your behalf. The moving companies have to be in business for at least 5 years. They have to have an A or A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau, and they must have insurance. So that right there is going to give your client like, oh, wow, this sounds like a pretty great service. They're doing all of that for me. I'm going to look into it. All right. So now you're like, well, what if I don't have any clients that are currently buying or selling? And I want to use this for lead capture. Not a problem at all. There's a home ownership, home management dashboard. We're going to start saying home management just because it's great for renters too. I think that came up on the last call. It's great for renters because when they do want to buy, they're going to definitely use you. But it lets them keep track of everything within their home. So all of their, if they need a home pro, a trusted service provider, if they want to keep track of their account numbers, of their appliance information, they can upload all these documents. I laugh. One of these days I'll get more organized, but I do have a milk crate of all of my documents with my home behind me. Actually, a lot are on the floor over there, which is why my background is blurred since the past 2 months because I've been trying to clean up. So a lot of great things available for clients that are just in a home, not buying or selling, available on this dashboard. All right. So what happens after that move? I will let you know there's a 30-day window before it automatically transitions to the home management dashboard. So how great is that? You don't have to do anything. It's automatically going to transition. So then they have this home ownership dashboard for 1 year, 2 year, a decade, 20 years, however long they own their home. And when they're ready to buy or sell again, there's a lovely little button that says ready for your next move. And then of course they would be given back to that agent. So think about that cycle of home ownership. We want that client to always use the agent that they did that first transaction. That's what this process is supposed to do. Any questions on that so far? All right. Everyone knows my trick. If I don't have that water bottle, I'll just talk for an hour straight. All right. So why do you want to use it? One, it's automated. All right. So this is when I like to tell everyone, my whole family's in real estate. I'm born in the business. I've been a licensed agent. And I know that all of us are like, enough with the tech tools. I can't take another class. I can't learn something else. It's exhausting. So in this case, you don't have to learn anything. It's automatic. You don't have to do a thing other than know that it exists and tell your client. So I used to be a high school teacher and I love giving homework assignments. This is your first assignment. As soon as you have a deal that goes pending, you're going to get an email that reminds you about this invitation. When you get that email, you're going to call, you're going to text, you're going to email your client and say, my personal moving team is going to reach out to you so that they know that it's real, right? That this is a legit service that is free on behalf of the agent. The reason you want to do this, let's go back to how miserable that move was that we just talked about on that last slide. If someone were to call you and say, hey, I'm going to help with everything you need for that move and you don't have to pay me a cent. Are we going to think that's real? Or are we going to think this is some spam call and they're trying to take my identity, right? We are going to be like, this is too good to be true. So if the agent tells them ahead of time that this is a real service that's complimentary, of course, they're going to look into it and want to use it. Giving your clients personalized assistance. So I told you I was an agent. I am an agent. When I offer this to my clients, I actually say my personal moving team, because that's exactly what it sounds like. The concierge is going to call you and they're going to say, congrats on your deal with Rachel McGowan. Thank you for having a simple name I can pronounce, Rachel. That's why you are my agent in this. So thank you for your deal with, congrats on your deal with Rachel McGowan at Schmidt Family Company, CV Schmidt, whichever brand she is with. And it's going to say, we're going to reach out to your client in the next 24 hours. Unless you don't want us to, there is a disable button. But in this case, Rachel's going to remember that her first assignment is to call her client and let her know that they're reaching out to invite her to this platform. So that really is it. That's the platform, that's the service, that's your homework assignment. Of course, this class lasts for a lot longer, so I'm going to give you a lot more tips, but if there's one thing to take from it, it's that right there. Remind your clients early, often, and always about their personal moving experience. Staying top of mind. One of the most important things we hear about on every real estate class and every real estate training opportunity is people forget their agent after 1 year. More often than not, it's like 88% or something forget their agent, which is just really sad because it's such an important transaction. So we, of course, don't want to be forgotten. If you are providing something of value that's branded to the agent with your name, your face, and your phone number, they're going to want to use it and they're not going to forget you. So what do I mean by that? I'm not going to ask everyone who sends out e-cards because every agent sends out e-cards. E-cards are great. It's a great way to stay in touch. But after a while, that client might not open the e-card. Maybe they unsubscribe. Maybe they're like, okay, I've already gotten enough different companies to remind me to fall back or spring forward. I don't need another one. So we want to provide something of value that they're going to open and want to use. And in that case, this is what that is, right? This is going to provide things regarding their home valuation, if they need a list of contractors, all of that, keeping you top of mind. Speaking of top of mind, being the source of all things real estate, how many people have ever gone to the grocery store or the gas station or shopping in general and someone knows you're an agent and they stop you? What do they ask? What are the real estate questions we're always asked?
How's the market?
I can see Zoe saying, how's the market? What's my house worth? Hey, that house across the street, how much did that go for? I don't know. It was just listed. What are they asking me for, right? I don't know any of these questions.
I'm not sure.
See, neither does Siri. Siri doesn't know either, right? So in this case, we want people to remember us, the agent, whenever we have whenever there's a question about real estate. So yeah, they ask those questions. How's the market? What's my home worth? Everything like that. What's the next set of questions? Hey, you're an agent. Don't you have a great electrician? I bet you have a good plumber you could recommend me, right? How many times does someone ask us to reach out and give that painter? And we're like, oh crap, I forgot. Never forget because it's available on this dashboard. And then of course, supporting core services, keeping things in-house within our brokerage. Those ancillary services make it a lot smoother of a closing and easier to get to the closing table. So speaking of that notification, I forgot, this is actually supposed to be up a little bit earlier. So we have changed our user interface so it looks more pretty and luxurious and fancy. So these used to be fun little cartoons. No more cartoons. We're all into the photography and images and real people. So I just wanted to show everyone what that new email is going to look like for your transaction. This is the email you're going to receive as an agent once that deal has gone pending. So if you don't want to have that email go to your client, you can scroll to the bottom and hit disable. Why would you ever want to do that if it's a free service that's so great for your client? You wouldn't, unless maybe it's an investor or it's a land deal or it's someone who's not moving, so they don't need their utility services or whatnot. Just scroll down to the bottom and you can hit disable. Otherwise, this is that first homework assignment. You get a great email. Congrats on your deal with whatever your client's name is. When you see this email, you reach out to your client and you tell them to expect to hear from your moving concierge in the next day or two. So usually the next question is, well, what does that mean? Are they going to bombard my client now that I've invited them to the platform? Absolutely not. In fact, I'm going to remove that slide so you can all hear this great story. Our CEO, his name is Ben and founder. He was moving from Michigan to Ohio and he was looking for moving companies. He put his information, you know how they all have a moving estimate kind of widget on their dashboard or on their web platforms. He filled it out, put in his square footage, you know, all the stuff he's got to move, whatever it may be, and he hit submit. As soon as he put his information in that online widget, that little inquiry, what happened as soon as he hit submit?
Kate, he was bombarded by so many companies that he didn't know what to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Actually, you know what? I just did this. I need to make sure my phone's going to hear me. It's going to happen again. I need new windows at my house, among everything else that I've replaced. And I just liked something on TikTok. I literally liked it. And I was like, okay, I went to the profile. I'm not even kidding. 5 minutes later, I get a phone call from the company. I'm like, how the heck did they even get my phone number? Like, I mean, it was the creepiest thing in the world. And I was like, okay, I would never want that experience. And neither did Ben. So he actually made our company on the business model that we will not spam, sell, or share your client's data. So what you see on this screen right now is our communication cadence. These numbers represent the days after pending. So maybe you put in a deal, you know, and they still got to go through inspection or whatever. Once it's triggered to pending, that's day one, the client gets their welcome email and they're going to get a text. We've actually started a responsive text campaign where the old text would actually just say, please schedule your appointment, click here to schedule. Please schedule your appointment. Now it's actually responsive. So if they say not today, or can we schedule for this day, or who is this, it's going to actually respond. So it's a bit more personable. It's not really like a sales pitch as much as it is like having a text conversation for some of those clients that would prefer a text. Maybe they don't want the phone call. Maybe they don't want the web portal. They just want a text. No problem. We can do that now. So the second day, they're going to get a phone call, 7 days. So a week after pending, 2 weeks, and 3 weeks. So what happens if your client says on that second day phone call, leave me alone, I'm not interested? No problem. Days 7, 14, and 21 won't happen. We will stop that communication cadence right then and there. And we will say, no problem. We're here if you need anything, but we won't reach out again. What if your client never responds? Have you guys ever done that to those spam calls that just constantly are texting, calling, emailing, and you're just like, delete, but they never stop? Well, on day 21, if your client has never responded, we're going to send a final email that says, congrats on your new home or selling your home. We are here if you need anything, but we're not going to bother you again. So that this communication isn't going to last indefinitely, like all of those other, online experiences that we were familiar with. All right. Any questions so far on any of that?
I'm kind of wondering, what are is there limitations for this service? Like, what if someone has a huge house and they need several trips of moving? Is there like amount of packages that can move?
No. So the best part about it is because of that personalized service, they would just have that phone call with the concierge, and the concierge would ask all of these questions. So like, they ask literally everything, how many rooms are there? What's the square footage? Do you have an exercise room? Do you have any, insurable AV equipment? Do you have quite honestly, anything. And of course, the client at that point could share any information that they'd want to share. We put that information in the system, and it will usually generate 3 different quotes or companies that they can reach out to if they want to look at it themselves. Good question.
And what are, like, on average, how much do you think that's saving the client? Because I know it's very expensive to rent a U-Haul and move. So is there a number that would be like, you're saving like upwards of this amount, utilizing that service?
Rachel, also incredible question. And we have new stats. So I should get this over to you, Danielle. We actually have a few things that I can, 2 answers to your question. So the first answer is we have our own stats that share how much money we save the client, but it's kind of overall. I can see if we have it based just on moving, but how much money we save the client overall and how much time we save the client. But what's really great is if your client does use this service, they get a follow-up email that says everything that was done on the call. The agent gets that same email. So you'll also be notified how much time was saved, how much money was saved, what was set up, when it was set up. So you'll be told like this day, the cable company's coming, so that you're literally involved every step of the way. And you can actually make your own little reminder to tell your client, hey, did you remember the cable company's coming today? So you're included on all of that, including this time savings and the money savings. Great question. I should just start adding that to my spiel, honestly, but then I wouldn't stop talking, definitely. So all right, so the next question before we get into the really fun stuff, usually we get some questions, people kind of nervous, like, okay, this seems like a really great service, but I'm just kind of confused about the branding. Is it safe? All of those questions, that's what this slide is for. So who we are and what we're not. Who we are branded to the agent. I gave an example. They're going to actually give the agent's name and brokerage on every call. It's on the platform. It feels like they are your assistant, that you have a personal assistant that's just for the moving experiences of your client. PCI compliant. So PCI compliant, it means payment consumer information. It's a level of compliance. There's about 12 different standards that we have to follow. It's everything from not being able to share a screen, to not taking a picture of a screen, not having your phone out, not copying and pasting, that and obviously on secure servers. All of that shares that we are PCI compliant. So when your client is concerned at all, you can let them know that we do have a level of compliance. It's one of the highest for taking any information over the phone. In fact, when I'm talking to my clients that might be nervous about this, is they would typically have to call a moving company, the internet and cable, electric, gas, internet, whatever. I'm missing all of the different, right? Those companies, they're gonna have to call all of those companies. So it could be upwards of 5 different people that they're speaking to and giving personal information over the phone. In this case, it's one 30-minute phone call. How amazing is that? One 30-minute phone call. So in essence, it could be even safer. Complimentary service for clients for life. It is complimentary to you because you are part of the Schmidt family of companies. They have offered this. They have partnered with Live Easy to provide this to their agents free of cost. So you want to use it. All right. In fact, one of these days, Katie's going to be able to join one of these trainings. She's going to get mad at me because we've trained ourselves to not say free because she says free sounds cheap. But Danielle, if she's ever on, you have to tell me. You have to be like, don't say it because she's not. But we're not allowed to say free. And I just say it all the time because free is free. Free sounds way better than complimentary when I'm talking to agents. This is absolutely free. So I think that really sets it apart. Again, for you, the agent, and for your client, what a great service it actually is. Real people, I stressed that earlier, and authorized dealers, meaning that we're not a middleman in this process. We're actually on the real sites in real time, talking to your client and doing these orders for them. More importantly than who we are, what we are not selling, sharing, spamming your client's information ever. That is our business model. We will not do it. The only time we have ever shared a client's information is if they check a box that they understand we are providing it somewhere, and there's a disclaimer, and it's typically to the in-house services, mortgage, title, insurance, etc., stuff like that. All right. Other than that, I will say, this is another thing I like to sell my boss out on. Katie, when she does this training, that's my boss, she always says, if you can prove to me that we are spamming your client, she'll give up her whole month's paycheck because she is 99.99999% sure it's not us. I also am that sure, but since she's the one giving her paycheck away, I'm going to keep it that way and not give up mine. She says, if you can prove it, you can get her paycheck. All right, now the fun stuff. Usually in the training, we go live on the platform and we show you all the cool things. In this case, we're going to talk about generating leads and capturing new leads. So I'm sick of talking. In the chat, unmute. How do you stay top of mind with your sphere of influence? What do we do? I know someone's going to say e-cards.
Social media.
Oh, great. Awesome. Rachel, we're going to talk about that. Next thing, what do we do? E-cards and social media, apparently.
Yeah.
Does anyone cold call anymore? Yeah, I don't like it either. Does anyone invite their sphere to any of their open houses just in case they wanted to see the neighborhood around their home? Oh boy, you guys, I know everyone's really quiet now because I talk all the time, but we're going to talk about so many great things that you're able to do here. So of course, the biggest thing when it comes to staying top of mind is providing something that your clients are going to want to use. All right. So I'm going to give you the quickest explanation on marketing inbound and outbound content. We talk about this a lot when we are talking about marketing, and I know we do have marketing people on here. We talked about this actually in the December class. There's 2 types of marketing. Well, there's more than 2. There's 2 big ones, inbound and outbound. Real estate agents are famous for their outbound strategies. That means let me throw everything out there and hope it sticks. I'm going to send out a postcard. I'm going to send out an e-card. I'm going to put my name on a park bench. I'm going to pay for a marquee before a movie. I'm going to put my name in the back of the church bulletin, right? All of that is just exposure. And there's nothing wrong with it. But if someone were to give me a flyer with their information on it, I would probably say, okay, I'll throw this out. Like, thank you, right? In this case, we really want to start providing something that's inbound content, which honestly, to Rachel's point, inbound content, social media, usually that's the content we're pulling people in. We're providing something of value. They're interested in looking at it. They're seeking you out rather than you trying to seek them out. All right. So how are we going to do that with this platform? We're going to talk about the home management dashboard. So these are some images. And again, if you want to see anything, please go back to some of the older trainings. But I want to start the conversation about this platform. Would it be valuable for you to have a current market evaluation, what your house could sell for, the closing costs, how much you would net? Do you need to sell before you buy? So these are things that you could talk about all the time about this home ownership, home management dashboard. A few pictures, and there's going to be plenty more. And if there is time, I will absolutely go live on the platform. But the home management dashboard provides everything that a client is searching for. So before we go any further, I'm going to give you some talking points about this home management dashboard. All right. Every client that you has, I can speak, every client that you've had and that you have definitely has a pack of paper about their home somewhere organized. Think about, when they need it, their account numbers. They can upload all of that on a secured dashboard that they can share. They can check on the value of their home. They can look up if they need a trusted professional for their kitchen remodel. They want to just get an idea how much they owe or their HELOC. All of this is available on that home management dashboard. The last thing before we go to the next slide, this is a true story. I love it. I was doing a training and an agent told me that her husband calls the cable company every 6 months to threaten to leave. He basically says, oh, we got a better deal with another cable company. Every 6 months, he does this like clockwork. Has anyone else ever done that? What happens when you do that? The crooks at the cable company are like, oh, we can match that. And we'll give you a free DVR for the next month and all of these great subscriptions because we all know that they're overcharging us. So every 6 months, this guy does this. He gets his better deal and he's happy. Now that's provided on this home management dashboard. You have a concierge that will do that for your client on your behalf. What a great way to be remembered, right? To stay top of mind with all of your clients. So let's go through some more marketing ideas on what you can do with this. Adding it to your presentation. I'm doing this in order of what makes the most sense. Add this to your buyer presentation, to your seller presentation. I'll tell you something that I've done. I actually have it's in a little tiny 1/2-inch binder. It's all laminated paper. I bring it to my open houses. I just have it with me all the time of everything that I offer, all of my differentiating features. And the home concierge, the HomeHub concierge is one that I include in there. And so when I start showing people all the great stuff that I can offer, they're like, oh, can I take this with me? Actually, you know what? This is just an exclusive service that I provide for my clients. I would love to get your information. And then I could provide you this packet, right? What a great way to capture those leads. If you guys have options for a dynamic presentation, Danielle, I always want to ask, what's your presentation again? IDC.
Moxie.
Oh, Moxie, yes. So Moxie Present, is that what it's called?
Yeah, we do Moxie Present, and they can also, we have custom blue and black books and other unique things that we also have one-pagers that agents can slide in there too as well.
So more than enough options. The one thing
Yes.
I was going to mention is I know at least with Moxie Present, you can embed a video in Moxie Present. You could actually have a fun video about the home management dashboard, about the service. You could email this out to your entire sphere and asking them to set up. You could do this whole fun little pitch that I'm giving you right now. Do a video, put it on YouTube, embed it into your Moxie Present. We can do a separate training on that later if you're interested, and send it out as a great part of your differentiating features. All right. I would say in these trainings, there's obviously a lot of information. As I'm talking, always write down 1, 2, 3 things that really stand out to you and get ready to prepare for your elevator pitch, right? We want to be able to explain this to that person that stops us in the grocery store, that asks, oh, do you have a plumber? Oh, what's my home worth? How's the market? You know what? I have an incredible dashboard actually that's totally complimentary. It offers all of that. You can have service to this for life. Whether you stop talking to me or not, you can have it forever, right? It's totally free to the client. You can make a little one pager, hand it out, a QR code, hand it out. Think of that elevator pitch. All right. The next thing that I think is really cool. So we actually started doing this, and we will be offering it. Our signs on your for sale, your home signs, right? So this home comes with a personal concierge. I have a great idea. I actually thought of this the other day when it comes to luxury listing, or any listing for that matter. How cool would it be to make a little sign rider that has this home comes with a personal concierge, and then actually have a solar light? They're so cheap on Amazon. Buy a solar light and spotlight your sign. So in the middle of the night, it's really going to stand out. Oh, wow, that's a really cool looking sign. Wow, with a personal concierge, what a better way to differentiate your listing and to pick up a buyer, pick up a lead. You know, when I'm running through the neighborhood and I see those different signs, what sign looks the nicest? What sign has the best information? I'm going to remember that agent for the time that I want to list my home. If I see a pretty little sign that has a home concierge and a spotlight on it, when it's time to list, I'm calling that agent. All right. How can you use this to really differentiate yourself? We all know, obviously, yard signs. I'm trying to think. I never look at slides when I'm talking, so I need to make sure that I say everything that I was supposed to say. So, oh, absolutely. So the other thing I would say is take advantage of the yard sign. That's how you're going to become the neighborhood expert. We always want to be that neighborhood expert when it comes to getting those leads, because now that they see your sign, we want to really leverage open houses, door hangers, farming that neighborhood, being that local expert. I think that is the next slide. Look at that transition. So now that we've got that neighborhood expert with our signs here, we want to talk about open houses. I've got some great ideas for you for open houses. All right. So one, an open house for the neighbors. I've held so many open houses in my life. In fact, that's actually the only way I've ever gotten a random lead, is because I don't think I stopped talking. And then they say, please stop talking to me. We'll work with you. Leave us alone. And it just goes great. So in this case, how can I actually leverage HomeHub to get more of those leads? Well, one, the nosy neighbors come into every open house, right? And we're like, oh gosh, they're not here to buy or sell. They just want to see everything that's going on with their neighbor's home. Everyone that comes in is a potential referral, a potential lead. They are so important, whether they are from next door and they've come to every open house in the neighborhood, doesn't matter. We want to make sure that they feel just as special as everyone else. So maybe open the open house 15 minutes early and just invite the neighbors. Invite them a special open house for the neighbors. If they can't make it, provide a QR code to your HomeHub and say, this is a great thing to learn about the neighborhood. It's a great way to stay engaged within your own home. If you need those trusted pros, if you want to check the value of your home, all of the great things. Again, just a nice way so they see a special invite, that they're not just going to throw this out. They're going to see that QR code and be like, wow, that's pretty cool. Another way, adding your QR code to just a sign-in sheet, right? Oh, if you don't want to sign in on paper, privacy for whatever reason, you can sign in on HomeHub, and then of course you're going to get that information. The last thing I'll mention about leveraging your own listings or open houses is making little table tents and putting them around the house. So maybe they have a high efficiency furnace, maybe they've got newer windows, maybe they have a security system. All of that you can actually put up, make a comment about how it's available on HomeHub Concierge and offer them to complimentary sign up, right? So you guys want to see these same deals. This is available through HomeHub, complimentary on behalf of the agent, of course. All right. I think I said just about everything on that. Any questions so far on any of these ideas? All right, we'll keep going. All right, so the next thing I've got, so this is my favorite slide. This slide I've included on every single training ever, because the only good thing that happened with COVID is now everyone, including my mother, knows how to work a QR code, right? Those are all the menus during COVID. So in this case, make yourself, actually the Schmidt marketing team can make you all a QR code if you're interested for your lead capture page. So the page that's going to say, join the home management dashboard for HomeHub, get that QR code, send out postcards. We talked about this around the holidays, but then we actually changed it to just making a gift tag for any closing gift. any friends get, whatever, someone is moving, maybe they're new to the neighborhood, maybe they've moved out, wherever, maybe they're not even in your market area, you can still invite them to HomeHub. It's a great way for referral and relocation type of leads. There's no reason why we are available in the throughout the entire United States. There's no reason for you not to share this with your entire sphere, not just the people that are within your market footprint. Another cool idea, although now it's further away, making a QR code and putting it on Halloween candy. You want to be the neighborhood expert. What a great way to give a little sticker to all of your neighbors' kids with a QR code on their candy. Because what happens when all that candy comes back from Halloween? The parents hide it. I hope the parents hide it. We don't let our kids just eat all of that candy right away. The parents hide it. They see a QR code on my kid's candy. What are they going to do? They're scanning it, right? They're definitely going to scan it. What's this all about? So I've given you a few examples. I actually made this sticker on Avery. It was super simple, but what I want to point out more so is actually the little bullet points throughout. That's how I explain it. Home value, loan balance, home equity, energy savings, a list of trusted pros. There's a lot of things that you can do with this that, again, is providing value. This QR code is way more valuable than just sending an e-card that says Happy Memorial Day, Happy Labor Day, right? All right, social media. Of course, I love social media. So I would absolutely share this once a week, just maybe a different day, a different time, once a week, and be able to explain what it is. If you are comfortable enough making a video, everyone knows video content is huge. Make a video. There's enough things out there that provide a filter. I have a filter on right now so that my face looks smooth, right? All right. We want to put filters on everything. Who cares? Make the filter video and say, really excited to share this home management dashboard. Are you looking to check that you have the best deal on your internet and cable? Maybe you just need to keep your documents organized, or you're always looking for a plumber or a contractor for your next home project. Click here. Add this link, set yourself up. It's a free profile, no strings attached. There's no spamming. Whatever you want to say to get your clients, your sphere to sign up. And when I say your clients and your sphere, keep in mind, maybe you've made friends with some people that bought their house a couple of years ago and they used a different agent. All right. You can still invite them to this platform. When it's time for them to buy or sell again, they should be using you. They don't even remember their old agent, right? So invite your entire sphere to this complimentary platform. This is an example of what I actually put. And you can take whatever you want from it. I think this sounds a little bit more professional than how I usually speak. I always say awesome and sweet all the time. I've literally tried to get it out of my vocabulary, but I can't. I would probably be like, this is an awesome dashboard. It's so sweet. You got to check it out. Because then it'd be like, wow, Kate really wrote this. This is actually real. This isn't spam. All right. So you can take some of that as an option. This one as well. So I found a great image. If you ever want to post a link, a lead capture link, video, image, you got to set yourself up. How many of you have ever been on Facebook, scrolling on Facebook or LinkedIn, and it's text and you actually stop to read it? Unless there's a picture, I'm not stopping. Unless there's a video, I'm not interested, right? So in this case, I actually went to a blog site. It's called The Lighter Side of Real Estate. And then there's real estate memes. Make sure you get one that's not licensable. But this is a great example. So you've got a lovely grounded outlet with water spraying out of it. Should I call a plumber and electrician? You call me a real estate agent. I have a great recommendation for both. Or access your personalized complimentary home ownership dashboard, everything you need to manage your home. You can take that. I don't care. Copy and paste it, whatever you want to do. But what a great way then to get more people to sign up. Another great thing about this dashboard is if I'm using it and I love it, and my friends come over and they're like, wow, Kate, your kitchen looks great. Where'd you get your contractor? I can actually send the agent's URL to my friend and say, this is where I got everyone that's done work on my home. And now my friend can access and sign up for that agent's dashboard. So it's not like it's just a personalized link for me. I can send it to any of my friends. And now that agent is getting an exponential amount of potential leads as well. All right. There are some commercials we do have on our dashboard that are saying live easy at this time. So maybe we can work through some HomeHub ones, but a great thing to add to post to get people to stop and look at your page. All right, don't worry, guys.
Hey,
There's
Kate, I've got one comment too. A lot of agents know, but some don't. So I'll just throw it out there that we do have BombBomb available for our agents with special pricing for them too, to do those, little video commercials too. So that's always a nice tip and trick to have and use.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't know you guys had BombBomb available. You
Yeah,
guys
we love
offer it
BombBomb.
all. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 2 more slides. So let's just talk really quick. I just want you guys to see. So we went over those marketing pieces. Now you're like, wow, these are some great ideas, or hopefully you're like, these are some great ideas. What does it look like? All right. So this is the home management dashboard. All right. There's a bunch of options over here that lets the client click on any of those. And I'm going to tell you all right now, I have my own account. As a consumer, I have my own account, and you should all create your own. Don't use your real estate email because it gets the system a little confused. But don't you want to know if you can save money on your cable bill? Don't you want to know what your home is worth, what your equity is? Just check it out so that you can see what you're offering your clients. So the first thing here, it gives my my mortgage balance, when I started my mortgage, and my monthly payment. Maybe I want to talk about some financing options. There's Coast One Mortgage right there. The next thing I could do, maybe I'm like, get me out of this house already, or I want to just pay more of my principal because I had a bad interest rate, which I don't think anyone did in 2020. But let's say I want to add an extra $150 a month. It's going to let me calculate. It's a dynamic calculator, how much money I'm going to pay off or save, and when I'll pay off my loan. Maybe I'm ready to buy a new house. All right. So the next thing available, we're just kind of going through this list, these bulleted lists. The affordability calculator. It has my valuation, my home value, what I would, my net proceeds. And of course, this is all an estimate. So keep that in mind. This is the best we can do, just doing it through our regular calculator and algorithm. The point is, we want them to reach out to the mortgage company. We want them to reach out to the agent. They're like, oh, wow, I can afford a lot more than I thought. Let me call my agent to see what the next step is. So this is more of that tease, right? I want to purchase for $450,000, put 20% down. It gives me my equity. It has the current interest rate. And I can hit calculate. Again, a dynamic calculator to let me know what my monthly payment would be. All right, the next thing. So my equity, I actually took out, poor Danielle has heard about this ugly kitchen I've had for a year. It is finally completed. I had to take out an equity line to redo our kitchen. So how much was available, what it looks like. There's the breakdown. The idea of those home projects as well. So maybe I want to redo my kitchen. We didn't take down walls or add gas stoves or anything. So we weren't 80 grand, believe me, I did not have that much equity, but we wanted to look at more details about financing, or do I need that equity line? And if I click on Explore Home Pros, the agent actually gets notified of whatever that client has clicked on. So let's think about this. You've sent this out, you've added it on Facebook, social media, you've made a video, it's in your presentations, QR codes around all of Michigan, Florida, Ohio, right? You are picking up leads. Someone clicks on, they want to redo their bathroom. They want to redo their kitchen. They're looking for a new roof. Well, first thing, we're like, are they looking to sell, or are they getting ready to sell? What's the next step? You can reach out to them. You could be really creepy and say, hey, are you redoing your house? Why are you doing that? Are you moving? And they're going to be like, how did you know that? That's really weird. Or of course you can say, I saw that you've been added to the concierge program. What do you think of it? Do you like anything? Is there something I can help you with? What made you want to sign up? And maybe they're like, oh, well, we're actually thinking about moving. We're going to call you soon, or whatever it is, being that proactive agent to reach out. All right. The trusted pros, one of the most clicked on options. And recently, as of March of this year, every agent is able to add their own trusted professionals. So this is huge. You can add all of, the people in your list, your own contractors, your own plumbers, your own electricians. I usually get a question about now that says, well, what if they're not an A or A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau? What if they don't have insurance, or they haven't been around for 5 years? That's fine. It could be your brother who just started his job doing contracting work. No, it does not matter. You can add whoever you want. It's going to say agent preferred. But us, when we're adding, we do a lot more due diligence because they're not our client. We don't know these people. So we want to make sure when we add them that they have been in business for 5 years, have an A or A+ rating and have insurance. But of course, you can add anyone you'd like, and they would be private to your dashboard. So I don't want Danielle's clients to know who my contractor is. Not a problem at all. If it's on my dashboard, only my clients will see it. All right. The last thing I'll show you is when your client or friend, sphere, whoever it is, wants to move, there's a button that says click your next move. They answer a few questions, whether they're moving within the footprint or not. The agent will get notified. You get a great referral lead, or maybe you get a new listing. So an awesome opportunity for you to market this, to reach your sphere, to get new buyers, new sellers, new clients, whatever. There's a great way to do this. And I believe all of your ASCs do have access to an Excel file if you do want to add all of your contacts. So they have been trained. They do know how to add all of your contacts to the dashboard to invite to the home management experience. So they also know how to help add your vendors. If you do want to add vendors, of course, add your vendors first before you're adding your clients. So when they get in there, they see all of the great people that you've already added. But a great way to, again, stay in touch with your sphere and provide something of value. Whew. I think that's all I got. Are there any questions, or does anyone want to see anything again?
Kate, I will just reinforce a couple things because I get questions all the time, but my most asked questions. Hey, our joint venture partners are, Coast One Mortgage, Coast One Title, Woodland Title. Hey, are they in there? I'm not seeing them in there. Yes, please be rest assured they are in there as our core service providers, America's Preferred Home Warranty 2 as well. To see that, add again, like Kate said, add yourself with your personal email address into your HomeHub account, and then you can see what the users see, what your client sees, use the system yourself, and then you will be able to see our core service providers. They were already built into the system.
Awesome. And I'm going to show two other things here. So it looks like Anne I just lost it. Anne just asked to the QR code. Yep. I believe it was this one.
Yep.
Yep. And I'm going to share this presentation with Danielle. So as we started this presentation in the beginning, we're going to do this same presentation again in July and August. We usually just do the same HomeHub each time, but just because we know that it's a little difficult to get people on, we're going to show this again. So you're welcome to join again. Maybe new ideas will pop up that we'll add, but I know it's a lot of information. We just want to kind of share that with you. But if you want to join, there is the HomeHub in July and again in August. I want to show one last thing because I've never done what I say I'm done is what happens. So I'm actually, we are working right now to get a single sign-on experience for all of you agents. So what does that mean? That means when you log into your intranet, which Danielle, what is there a name for it?
It's right in Moxie. It's right in our Moxie accounts.
Oh,
Right.
So when you log in, I don't know if it's live yet, but you
It
will.
is not live yet. It will
Okay.
be probably beginning of July.
Perfect. So you do not have to worry about saving any URL. You actually can just, you'll be able to click in. Once you're in your Moxie account, you'll be able to click a button that says HomeHub, and it will take you to your agent account. So that's going to make life a lot easier for everyone. We're really excited. So the July tips and tricks is going to be a super great time because everyone's going to want to get in there. But the one thing I wanted to show you, this is the agent account. This is what it looks like. So if you are someone that you're like, I'm in, Kate, I want to invite everyone and their mom to this platform. I just want to show one advanced little trick that I love to do. I love to change the email that gets sent out to the clients so that it's just a little bit more personalized. Remember how I said awesome and sweet? I could put that in there if I wanted to, but I at least want to show you where you're able to do that. So under the menu bar, there's this account option. You're going to see email content. So I can click on view, or I can just go directly into invite for sphere of influence. So this I want to change. I want to change the email subject typically to some clickbait. All right. I want it to say like, I don't even know what good clickbait would be. If I've already spoken to them about it, I'm going to say, this is what I told you about, or, your free service included, click it, click to see, or some type of something that is like, a computer did not write this, or, you want to click in this, like, please open this, don't miss it, right? Whatever you can think of. So you can change that email subject. And then down here, you can actually change this this messaging. So there's the ability to add a link, to add an image. It's full HTML text. You can add, you can do any type of explanation you want. You can add a picture of you, your team, your own house, whatever, share your own experience. But you can click update, invite content. That's going to go for all of those clients. When I said you can add yourself, and then Danielle, I will be done, I promise. Up here, there's this invite client option. So there's new buyer, new seller. Those are automated, but of course, if you wanted to invite someone early, before the deal has gone pending, as long as the email address is the same across the transaction that you add in here, it will not duplicate. So you don't have to worry about a duplicated email. Don't worry about that at all. But let's say you want to add yourself or a lot of clients. So you just need a first name, last name, and an email. Nothing else is required. You can add yourself right now, no problem. Make sure, again, it's not your work email or your Schmidt email. Scroll down and hit send email, and now you can be invited. Maybe invite your spouse, your kid, your mom, your dad, whatever, and have them go through that experience. If you want to invite multiple, again, your ASCs are familiar with this template and how to do so. So before you do that, what I would recommend, add vendors and change the email. So now it's a very personalized experience. If you are looking for your own QR code, you can talk to the marketing group that you guys have at Schmidt, or it's the URL that's darkened. So this is a demo account, which is why it has the office in there. Yours is usually first name dash last name .moveeasy.com. So we'll look at Malcolm. I haven't given you a hard time. We're going to look at Malcolm first. So I log in as Malcolm. So Malcolm's his URL, his unique URL is malcolm-stevenson.moveeasy.com. So the beginning part of that, if you want to see what the lead capture form looks like, this is what he could share. Beautiful, no more cartoons. So this explains everything. This is what he could share. Look at Malcolm and the concierge, right? Look at them busy doing work, making all these connections. So this is what he can share on social media, make a QR code, put in his email signature, add it to open houses, whatever he wants. That's what that URL looks like.
I love that, Kate. I love that new enhancement. Also, Anne had asked about the QR code side of things too. So what we have with our marketing group is CJ, our senior lead designer of our group. She's got a QR code maker, custom QR code maker. So just send her a quick message, hey, CJ, I would love to have a custom QR code, in this instance for my HomeHub, unique URL. And we'll get you hooked up with that and get that made. And then they can also put it on all of your marketing materials and, where you want to, place that. So we can definitely make that for you.
Awesome. It's great stuff available to all of you guys. So
any other questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've probably had enough of me, Danielle.
Well, lots of great information. Thank you so much, Kate. I mean, I'm just so super excited about the new enhancements. Very excited about the SSO coming in early July here, single sign-on, so we can go right in Moxie and also our other places too as well, and just go right in and easily get signed in and have no frustrations with that. And then just all these conversation starters, right? Again, it's about talking to all of our people, our clients and sphere of influence early, often, and always, like you said, Kate, just to let them know about the program, let them know about HomeHub. Doesn't have to be complicated, just make it easy. Hey, I've got this great program. This is offers you my, personal HomeHub concierge for you to use, homeowner dashboard, and just have the conversation, come up with your elevator pitch, quote unquote, like Kate said, and then just have the conversations with everyone, make it easy, and then send them the invite, add them to your platform as a sphere, and away you go. So real simple, easy. And again, this program is so great at offering a valuable service, and that's what sets it apart. You're offering a valuable service, so everyone loves it. So if we don't have any other questions, again, Kate, thank you so very much for joining us today and all the wonderful, information you gave. We'll record this training, so if you want to watch it again, or those who couldn't attend, please share it with others. And again, reach out. Thank you so much for embracing HomeHub. Reach out with any questions, and thank you again for attending today. And we will see you later.
Thanks, Danielle. Thank you, everyone.